Chair. Mr. Anderson is hopping on, and we are live. Thank you.
All right, everyone, we're going to give it just a quick moment then. See, when I tried to get ahead of it, it was rapid. Murphy's Law. Murphy's Law technology.
Every time.
All right, I see that Josh is on.
Madam Chair, we're at quorum.
All right,
And
perfect.
I've
Well,
been on, I just want everybody to know I've been on, sorry.
perfect. So what shows as Charisse is really Counselor Pena
Yes,
for
thank
everyone
you.
to know. Absolutely, welcome. All right, everyone, welcome to the Intergovernmental Legislative Relations Committee meeting on Thursday, February 26th. We do have a quorum. Hopefully we'll have some positive updates from our lobbyists today. We're going to start with our reports from the state lobbyists. I see that we have Mr. Thompson here, and I don't know if Mr. Park is here, but we would love to hear from both of you.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. Hello, everyone. I don't know if Mr. Park is going to be able to join. He was visiting with the Chair of House Judiciary about something. Very busy day at the Capitol today. Yesterday was the final day for bill introductions. I'm not even sure we've actually processed everything that's out there. Like I was looking at the list today and I saw some things I didn't even notice. So that is going to, still take some time to digest, I suppose. And then the big rumor that is afoot is that the capital outlay sheets, so those sheets that they hand out to individual members are imminent, meaning they could be handed out tonight or in the morning, but we're at that place where they're going to start working on it. Very happy to see folks from the city up here today. Councilor Grout, I think Councilor Baca was here. And anyway, it all helps. There's a ton of conversations. Probably the most peculiar thing that I'm seeing is the conversations between the executive and the legislative branch as it relates to like omnibus tax policy, which I know Mr. Park is tracking closely as it relates to gross receipts tax. That stuff is all so far out of focus right now as House Bill 2 just passed yesterday from the House. Like I would say the next probably 100 hours are probably, we'll know so much stuff after that. Like this is really the time where I think so many things are going to happen the next 2 or 3 days, 4 days. I'll stand for questions, Madam Chair, if I can.
Great. Committee, any questions? Do you have any updates on capital outlay? I know that we have a lot of big bills this year, which has even put my attention a little bit sideways compared to years past, but any updates on capital outlay?
Only that the numbers are purported to look very similar to how they've looked the last few years, like around that just over 2.5 million for House members and just over 4.1 for senators. I don't know if Libby's heard anything different, but that's about the same. And then something I do want to flag that last year we did so well on, and there is that reversion bill 247 sort of cooking around, and that would definitely impact us. We've heard that that's still a work in progress. I don't want to say it's not happening or it's going to happen, but there's miles to go on that. But the general idea of it is if you're going to be reverting money, so if you're going to be taking money that let's say is unspent after a certain amount of time and pulling it into a fund, they're talking about using that as a closing fund. And you'll recall last year, the city of Albuquerque, we crushed it on that first experiment they ran on that. We did really well because we had public safety projects we could top off. So I feel like we're very well prepared for whatever would happen in many ways because of Libby. But we also, I just think functionally we're ready to compete on those things, and that's really good for us.
All right. I'm happy with positivity. Good job. Good job, Libby. All right. Any other questions for our state lobbyists? Seeing none, we are going to move on to our federal lobbyists, Mr. O'Donnell and Mr. Pagonis.
Good afternoon, Madam Chair. Brief report. I reported, I think, last week, Saturday, that they had passed, or they were about to pass, the 5 appropriations bill. Homeland Security is still being debated. The president signed the other 5 bills, or the 5 appropriations on the 3rd. There's not much movement this week on the Homeland Security differences by Republicans and Democrats in the Senate. And the CR expires on the 13th, and there's talk that they'll probably have to do another short one. There's also some talk that people are saying at this point they don't think that they'll be able to reach agreement on the Homeland Security issues that are dividing them right now. So the department may have to go on for the rest of the year on a CR. People will ask, what does that mean for like ICE, Customs and Border Protection? Secret Service is under that bill too. They have what they call anomalies in the appropriations process, and those anomalies are things that require funding. So there will be funding for those functions, even if they go onto a CR and there's no new spending available. Those anomalies will have funding, and I believe under the anomalies, you can actually have some increases in funding just because of things that they've projected in the budget. So that is the extent of my report.
Thank you very much. Members, are there any questions or comments? Well, that makes for an easy report. We'll have to tell the Madam Chair how hard it is to Vice Chair. Thank you. Any other business from anyone? Any added comments?
Madam Chair, this is Tom. Just real quick, there is, I guess it's breaking news that since Albuquerque is a defense town, that they're looking at adding a $600 billion over the current budget to defense over last year. So again, that may include some new infusion of funding into the city. Being one of the major projects is the Golden Dome, which is a work that the labs here do work on. So just as an addition on the federal appropriations.
Thank you. I see some head nods as well. All right. Well, I believe our next meeting is scheduled for Saturday unless we hear otherwise. So I hope that you all have a great couple of days, and we will talk to you soon. There being no further business, this meeting is adjourned. Have a good day.
Bye.